So we do finally have all of our new clay pieces with 9 minutes to spare. We did it.
Hello everyone, this is Jess from Jane Rose Alchemic Art and welcome back to another video. In this one I am going to be scrambling to prepare for my next event, which is QuadCon. And yeah, just trying to get all the back behind the scenes, prepping for new clay things and getting set up on the day of. So if you are at all interested in seeing how this event went, then feel free to go ahead and keep watching.
So now that I have all of our new pieces all sculpted, I'm gonna go ahead and drop these in the clay oven really quick and hopefully get them all ready for if we have our show tomorrow. we do finally have all of our new clay pieces all glazed as well, so I'm gonna let everything dry overnight and hopefully it should be all good for the morning. However, I did finally get confirmation that we are all good for the show. I was really nervous all day and I was kind of like having some last minute doubts like, oh, maybe it's not gonna work out, but I'm very glad that it ended up working out okay. I do feel bad for whoever it is that did not end up making it in, but I'm happy to be part of the show as well. So I do have pretty much everything all figured out. Sorry. I do have Princey over here who always likes to be a part of the packaging, obviously when we're getting ready for a show. But yeah, as per usual, I have everything kind of down to a system now, which is really nice, especially after I've been doing some of these local shows for a couple years now. But yeah, I have all of my stickers all set up. I have all of my large clay pins. My clay pieces are in their box except for these new ones that just finished glazing. We have all the prints, the sticker books. Ooh, actually, is there one more? There is one sticker book left. That is actually my last one, so it's kind of exciting. And then also have my bookmarks and things like that. So yeah, we're pretty much ready for tomorrow. I went ahead and packed up all of the other stuff like the tables, the chairs, the actual display stuff, so that's all good to go. And I'm letting my square reader charge right now. It was like halfway full, so it was probably gonna be okay, but I just like to be extra prepared, just you know, the off chance that something happens. So yeah, I think that other than I don't know what happened at Anime-Aki-Con. I thought that I had like a bigger stack of business cards that I had like prepped and everything, and I'd put them out on the table, but evidently I only have like this much left for this weekend. I think I counted it and it's like 22 or something. So I didn't realize that I went through that many business cards when I was at the previous show. So I definitely need to order more. I should probably do that tonight, but yeah, unfortunate. The nice thing is I do still have my QR code that I put like out on my table, so if nothing else, people can still, you know, look at that and get it. But I just like being prepared and having, you know, my actual business cards with me as well. So it is what it is. We'll order more and hopefully should be all fine for the next show in... Hopefully my next show isn't going to actually be until like February time, which is okay. Sometimes it's nice to just have a little bit of a break, you know, work on creating some new things and then being nice and extra fresh for a new show for the year. So yeah. Either way, I'm going to actually finish up here, get ready for bed so that I can be up early to actually get it all packed in the car and then set up early in the morning. So let's get to it. Good morning, everyone. It is actually the day of the event. I have gotten everything all packed and ready, so now it's just time to hop in the car. I did have breakfast, showered, should be all good to go. And of course we have a little Caesar baby who wants to see us off and is very cute. As well as, here comes a Princey. Yes, do have the usual offenders as far as all my miscellaneous stuff. My prints are in here, just some extra supplies, the money box, the actual pins are in my little cauldron there for, sometimes I like to pull out the like mystery pulls. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. And then I also have in that big container all of my stickers and keychains, and then all the ghost plushie keychains. Oh, and then on top under the little table runner here, that is actually where all the clay items are. So I think that we are pretty much all set to go. Now it's just a matter of like getting it all in the car and driving off to the venue. So here we go. With 9 minutes to spare, we did it. And then the risk you take with malls, conventions in the Midwest in November. The first day of snow. Yeah, so unfortunately, those were really the only clips that I actually had from the show itself. This show has always been good to me. I've always really enjoyed vending at QuadCon, and especially when it's at the mall like it is. Unfortunately, at the time when I was actually getting ready to pay for the invoice, so a little bit of backstory, so they actually
you express that you're interested in the show, and then around the time when they're actually like trying to send out invoices to see like who all will actually be participating, I had actually been working the night before, so I missed the invoice unfortunately in time, and I was not able to really get into the show technically originally. However, I had reached out to the event runners themselves, and they let me know that, oh, we might have someone that ends up canceling, so just let us know and we'll figure it out and it'll be okay. So thankfully that did end up happening. I was able to get into the show, and it was still a really good time. I had so much fun. The people around me are always really good, and all of the attendees, but the people that are in the mall, they were also really nice. So I had no complaints with this show. And of course, because I've done the show before, like I kind of know where like the setup is, the layout of like how to bring in all of the things into the actual mall space itself. I did have a 10 by 10 space, but it was just kind of, in the past we've been in like different areas of like empty rooms of the mall before that used to be old stores, and that has always been kind of nice. But this time I was actually kind of like when I originally first started vending, actually. QuadCon was my very first show in November of, well, technically it was in July, but I also did the November show of 2023, I believe. But anyway, I was also out kind of on the floor of the mall, so again, if people were walking by to go in to go shop, you know, they would just happen to also stop by your booth and be like, oh, what's this? And I thought that's always kind of fun and extra. However, not that I had a problem with my area that I was set up, it was more so that I just had a bunch of space behind me. There was a table back there with some chairs for people to sit down. There were like the little massage chairs that you can pay, you know, like $1 for to get a little massage in. And not that there was anything wrong with having the table be right there, but it was just kind of awkward, for me at least, to just have people kind of like walking back behind me every time, you know, while I'm just kind of sitting in my table space and, you know, selling all my cute little wares. So to me, it just felt kind of awkward. I'm also just kind of an awkward person. And to like kind of have people like always up behind me, like passing through to, you know, either get to the other side of the mall or to, if it was congested in front because of where I was, I think it was called Daily Threads, was also the store in front of me. Yeah, if there were people like that were walking through that area, you know, sometimes people would go around behind me and then keep going forward. So yeah, that was just kind of awkward for me. So in light of that, it has made me think about getting like a table banner behind me. So even if I do have something similar, or even if I just, you know, have a 10 by 10 space or something like that where I need to have like more of the area around me filled up, I thought that might be kind of cute to just have like a, you know, a poster or a picture or something of one of my designs, have that be on a banner that I can just put up and display behind me, and then people can take pictures or whatever if they want to. But yes, overall though, I would say as far as the show itself went, I would say that this was a pretty standard QuadCon. I had pretty good sales still. And this is more on me, I had sold a lot of things at the previous Anime AkiCon that I had done just 2 weeks before, and work had kept me busy, so I think it was also a little bit more of like, oh, I don't know if I'm gonna get into the show, so should I really be making a lot of extra stuff in preparation for this show? I really didn't find out until kind of like the day before that I was even going to be in the show. So to me, I just kind of felt like I really shouldn't prepare anything because I didn't know if it was even going to happen. So I think it was also a little bit of a mental mindset. I just didn't feel as prepared for this show myself. But overall, I definitely could have made more like clay designs. I still had a pretty good stock of stickers, though I did sell out of my King Boo stickers like pretty immediately afterwards. So and I stole a couple sticker sheets as well, so that was super awesome. I also sewed a couple of clay earrings, and I really only have the one pair left, which is kind of exciting. And I think I want to kind of work more on my stock, especially for the winter update and especially for Black Friday. So I really need to get a cracking on that sometime soon. So honestly, those are probably going to be the next couple of videos on this channel, is either preparing to design and make all of the items that are going to be going up in my shop in time for Black Friday and for my winter update. So look forward to that. Otherwise, I would definitely say bestsellers are always stickers. I did have quite a few people that wanted to buy just one sticker, which nothing wrong with that. And then when I would mention the deal, people would be like, oh yeah, no, for sure, let's go ahead and get 2 other stickers. So that was kind of fun. I would say a lot of people still really love the packaging. I think that the little ghosts and putting them in the boxes for my clay friends, I think people really enjoy that, and it's kind of special to like put that in and then hand them that. So I think people really enjoyed that as well. Keychains were also really popular. Again, prints were, I think I sold maybe 1 or 2 prints, so they were okay. Nothing crazy. And then people really interested in the washi tape and the memo pads, but I didn't have any buyers this time, which is totally okay. And otherwise, yeah, on the second day, technically on the first day, again, because it was like so like out on the mall floor and people were coming and going so much, I didn't really feel comfortable leaving my table, which is normally when I'm, you know, around other people, it's not a big deal. I can be just like, hey, you mind just keeping an eye on the table really quick while I run to the bathroom. And because there wasn't anyone like super close by to me, there was one artist like kind of off over on the other side, probably like 10-20 feet away from me. But I also felt kind of bad for them because I didn't want them to like be distracted from their own sales. So yeah, because of that, I really didn't get up and like walk around or do anything, unfortunately. And then even on the second day, I did have my mother-in-law actually happened to come by because she wanted to also kind of see how vending was going, and you know, if that would be something she's interested in. She's also a very crafty person, and yeah, I would say she also wanted to like kind of look around and see how things were going, so that was a good time. But yeah, I did not really get up and walk around the convention so much, which is unfortunate, but it was okay. I will also say on the second day, we actually had a little bit of snow in the morning. So if you saw that clip there in the beginning, and I was kind of worried that we weren't going to get anyone that would actually come in for the show to like actually buy anything on Sunday. And despite, you know, kind of the initial snowfall, really wasn't that much snow. It really actually kind of stopped, I think, around 9 o'clock-ish, 10 o'clock-ish. And the show actually started at 11 with the mall opening. But regardless, I think Sundays are usually kind of slower anyway, just for events in general, in my personal opinion and what I've experienced. So it wasn't a terrible day. I still, again, made kind of what I expected to make at this kind of show in November, so I am very happy. But otherwise, I am excited and I hope that I can get into February's QuadCon again, fingers crossed. Hopefully I am on top of it and I actually pay my invoice on time and don't sleep through that on accident. But regardless, I really enjoyed QuadCon. I intend to keep vending out it if I can. I'm also interested in doing some other shows in the future, so if there's anything that you would like to see me at, please let me know. I tend to like to stay within Illinois for my shows, but I don't know, maybe that's something that I will try to venture out into and explore in the coming year. We'll see. We'll see what happens in 2026. For right now, though, I really do want to work on my online shop and making sure everything is available for people that are interested in supporting me that way. So if you're interested in that, make sure to keep checking out the upcoming vlogs on my Instagram, where you can see all of the things that are being made, as well as all the, I have some ideas for hopefully some sticker sheets, some new stickers, some clay friends. I actually am working on something right now that involves a Christmas tree. Really just a tree in general. I am a big fan of Christmas, I really am, but I also realize that not everyone celebrates Christmas either, so I really do want to try and be as inclusive and allow as much products that are more so like getting cozy, enjoying hot cocoa, you know, being warm with a cozy blanket, things like that. Just the standard winter stuff that you're prepared for, not necessarily, doesn't have to be related to Christmas in general. But regardless, if you are at all interested in that, make sure that you continue to subscribe and follow along. And let me know if you have any questions about vending or being a ghost artist at, you know, a regular anime convention, anything at all like that. So until the next time though, thank you so much for watching, and I hope you all have a wonderful day.